Good morning, everyone. It is Monday and it is President's Day, so we have the day off, hence is why my children are with me right now. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So we are out to do a few errands this morning. So I need to run to the school. The school is open. I guess like administration and stuff is there right now. I did not put any makeup on, and I don't think I'm going to. Typically weekends I don't like to put anything on. So we're gonna run to the school. I have to go and pick up a couple of things to do some lesson plans that I have yet to do. It's been a really nice weekend. Oh my gosh, we've been outside pretty much all weekend long because it's been so nice. Yes, honey.
What am I doing?
I'm videoing. Okay, and then we are gonna run to the storage unit and we're gonna do some cleaning out, and I figured I'd take you guys with me because I have a ton of like kindergarten stuff that I need to go through and see if I need to pull any resources and put them into my classroom, or if I'm just gonna leave them there. I'm not sure what I want to do with them yet. We'll see what I actually find. So I'm gonna take you guys with me today. I hope you've enjoyed your weekend so far. It has been absolutely beautiful here and I don't want it to get cold again. I am really tired of the cold now. I'm ready for some really nice weather, and it was nice to be able to spend time outside with the kids too. They enjoyed it. So let's get going so that I can get back for lunch.
Hey, Mommy.
Thank you.
Can we turn on the lights?
Yeah, go ahead, turn the lights on. Excuse me, I don't think I want you doing that.
But look, you made a rectangle.
I understand he made a rectangle. That's awesome.
Look.
Okay, yep, let's not do it with that one. How about that? Because that's one that I have to use water to try to wipe off. Cover. Okay, so here's a little bitty note for myself. Never bring my 3-year-old into my classroom ever again because he is a crazy man. All right, now we're off to go to storage. You guys ready?
Yes.
Let's go do some cleaning. Oh, now we're currently trying to get into the storage unit. You got it? Pull it. Good job. All right, push up, kids. Uh-oh, I lifted it too high. Okay. Okay, so this is where I get like a ton of books, and I need to figure out a better way to like store some of these books, and I may end up just taking them to the school. And when I was cleaning through some of these books out, like I kept all of my read aloud books, which were the books that I just kind of have in those closets that I would use, that I used in kindergarten, and so a lot of the books that I had inside of my buckets got put into boxes and I never took them out. I also did have a ton of books on CD, like a ton of them. So I had them all inside of the little bags because what I ended up doing is the kids would be able to take these home and read with their parents. So they were able to check some of these books out because now there's so many sites like Epic and just I can't even remember some of the other ones. But anyway, so now because there were so many that we had like in the computer, we didn't have to have these anymore. So I ended up starting letting parents check these out, like kids check these out, take them home, and they would get to listen to them at home with their parents. And what was really nice is for those kids who didn't have, whose parents just work a lot and they just didn't have time, they could still have somebody to listen to read and follow along in the book whenever they at home. So this was like a fantastic option to do. Bill! Hey, no. I think a ton of this is just my books.
Hey, I want to see that.
You want to see what?
The box that you're holding.
No. These are like little library labels, like the old school pockets that you would put in, but these would be good. I don't know how many are in here, but that's quite a bit of them. No! Arr. Lots of little sorts. And then I have my homework folder, so I kept these intact and I didn't even end up doing anything with these. So basically what I did for homework in kindergarten was because I got tired of losing books and I got tired of having to scrounge and look for books, that I ended up just one summer and I went out and just bought a ton of books like on A's, B's, C's, D's, E's, F levels, and then I created folders. So it would have the level and then the number of the folder that it was. I see him. He has the level that it was and then the number folder that I had for that level. And then I kept all of the books inside of it. On the back, I had the retelling hands, like it's all torn up. But I had the retelling hands for nonfiction and fiction.
Mommy, I want it back.
Okay, baby, in a second. I'll let you in the back. And then gave them homework to-dos and then 3 books. So these were things that they could do every single time with every book. And then I would keep these and then just check these out. And I had a little checklist that I would kind of say, oh, yep, you're taking this one home this week. It made my life so much easier every week. Something else that I really like to have were, ooh, sorry, I'm like really high, like really short, whatever. Were these like little letters, but these little letters have bumps on them, and it talks about directionality. So it's really nice to have kindergartners be able to feel which direction they're supposed to go. If it's too bumpy, because it's kind of, it has like little arrows, it lets them feel for the direction of how the letters are formed, which these are always nice to have. Like, I don't know what to do with some of these, like, just like briefcases. Why do we have so many briefcases? So I need a box to put backpacks in, apparently. Although I'm about to be going to the Ron Clark Academy. I kind of need a suitcase, so I better be thinking about taking a suitcase with me as well. Look at how much junk I have. Okay, so I will say this was semi-organized when we first started putting our stuff in here. But then as we've been like needing stuff, and you guys know, if you have storage, you know, like as you start needing stuff, you go in and you're like, oh, I just need this. And then things start falling apart and then you're left with this hot mess that I have here. So I found this and I did use this one in kindergarten. And I actually did enjoy using it when I did have it. And for some reason, I think my last year in kindergarten, I got rid of it. And I don't actually know why I got rid of it, because I did like it. So we went to, I think it was Home Depot or Lowe's. I'm sure either one would be fine. But we use, I think this is 1-inch PVC tube. Actually, it's 3/4 of an inch PVC tubing. And just made this little stand. So it has like a rectangle at the bottom, and then it has up here at the top another rectangle. And what I did is I took colored paper and I just laminated it. You can make it super fancy. I don't think mine was fancy. Like I literally just took colored paper, laminated it, and then I put them on rings up here. So the paper was kind of covering this part, and each paper color stood for a group. So I had the red group, the yellow group, green group, orange group, etc., etc. And at the beginning of the day, I would go through all of the sheets of paper and I would write down words that I wanted to practice with each group, because each group was on different words. So any words that we needed to just kind of quickly rehearse, I would write them just with a dry erase marker on here. So as I was going through my guided reading groups, I would just flip the actual colored paper and just have them read through the words that were on that page. So it cut down on how much I kind of had to get ready between groups, because I had done it in the morning and didn't have to worry about it for the rest of the day. And so that was just kind of one of my morning routines. Maybe something if you're needing to have like an organizational piece for your groups, but this would be something that would be nice to use. Oh my stinking gosh. Here they are. I've been looking for these things. I was literally about to go and have to like recopy all them all and laminate them, and here they are. So I have a little product in my store and I can't remember how I even did it. I think it's like a partner store or something, but these are the cards that I was talking about, and I actually did it in another video where I had the numbers and I would just pass out the numbers. Well, here, like, it's all different types. So I have like opposites, I have beginning sounds, I have numbers, I have tally marks, like all of the ones that I've been looking for, pictures, and they're all here. I have been looking for these like crazy in my classroom. So I have like sound cards that has probably either the middle sound, medial sound cards, and then I have beginning sound cards, ending sound cards, color words, 10 frames. Oh my gosh, where's my little pepper? So I have like salt and pepper, so they would like match up with their little salt and pepper person. I have like the French fries here. I guess this is like color words or splat, maybe splat, I don't know. I can't even remember. So, oh my stinking goodness, I cannot believe that. Okay, I'm extremely excited. Look, number words are in here too. So I have them for number words, so they match the number with the number words. And this doesn't have to be like you're trying to put them with partners and sort them with partners. You can even have them in a little bag and say, hey, you need to match them up as like a center activity, and they get matched up. Like there's so many things that you can do with these types of cards. Like you just have to have them printed out and apparently in a crazy, unbelievable mess inside of a bag like I do. Or if you want to be really organized, have them in little containers, because that's probably the smartest way to do with it. Ugh, I'm extremely happy that I found them, but it really irritates me that they've been sitting in here taking this. Okay, so I found a few more things that I wanted to share with you guys. And I know Dr. Seuss Day is coming up really soon, and I wanted to share like something that I do for my kids. So we had like a day where we dressed up, like a week where we dressed up every single day, and we would have like special snacks, and it was really fun, and I absolutely enjoyed it. I would definitely not do Dr. Seuss for more than a week because it's exhausting. But something that I did was I would go to the store and I would just buy a huge roll of like white and red felt. And so I created this little oval, and the kids in the morning would come in and we would pin this up on their black shirts. So they were instructed to all wear black, and we would always have like extra black shirts just in case for those kiddos who did not come dressed in black. But I also had the little red bow, so we would take this and we would pin it on them, and we would kind of draw little whiskers on their little faces. And I think everybody kind of did it differently for a while, but for the hats I just ended up buying them because they were super easy. But you could end up just finding a template online and then having your kids coloring it, stapling it to some sentence strips, and that would work perfectly. I think I actually did that one year and it was just as great. But I did do these, and these are so cute, and they always came out so adorable, and those class pictures were just precious, let's just be honest. So that's an idea for you there if you are planning on doing something for Dr. Seuss's birthday. So during the time of life cycles, I would always create like really fun games for my kids when it comes to like math. And one of them was like a leapfrog game. So what I did was I literally just hand drew these little leapfrogs pattern. And then I put little dashes on there just to make it different, and I had numbers. And you could play so many different games with this. I think for me, we had like dot patterns, and so I would like show them the dot pattern, and they would have like 2 teams, and the teams would have to like hop to that number.
I play Legos.
I know, we'll play Legos in them when we get home. But we would look for that dot pattern. I would like flash that dot pattern to them, and then they would try to hop to that number. So it was working on like building that like automaticity of just knowing numbers and being able to visualize them and seeing them in chunks so that they could quickly figure out what the number was. And these were always fun. So I just created a bunch of these, and I don't know where all the rest of them went, but there were a ton of them, and I just laid them out on my carpet, and the kids got to hop to that number. It was fun. It's another fun little activity to do. Something else that I found, what I did was I found like the little dowel rod, the little rods that you can buy at Michael's. These are super little, they're not big at all. And then I would like cut them up and I took popsicle sticks, so there's 2 really fat popsicle sticks, and then I hot glued them after putting in beads. So this would create, I think it's 100. Yes, it's 100. So for them to be able to count it and be able to show me numbers in different ways. So the kids actually had versions of these, but it was not 100 beads. It was 20 of them that we would use that would go along with our number talks. And I'll show you guys what some things that you can do with your number talks within Abacus as well another day. But these were really fun to make one year, and it was really easy to make them, and I only had enough just for a small group, so I would do this within a small group setting, and I would not do this whole group. The 20 ones I did have for the entire group, so that every kid would have one while we were working on number talks. But another really great, and they move so nice, which is really nice. The thing is with the other ones that I have is like they have like little rubber bands, and those things would fall apart like crazy. But yes, super simple to make. and your kids will love them too. It's great for number sense. So I came across a couple of these, and I think I have the rhyming ones in my car because I was like, I probably need those. What's up, Booga Pup? What? Oh, you want to shake it? Okay, go shake it. Shake, shake, shake. So I have like rhyming ones as well, and I think I literally found these online somewhere. I don't know. These did not cost me anything. I have no idea where I found them. This was back when I first started teaching, so can't help you out there, but you can definitely find them somewhere. You can put it into Google, like onset and rhyme cards, and I'm sure tons of cards will pop up. But these had just little pictures on them, and I always kept these within like my small group setting because then I could quickly just do some activities with them. And typically, like, I would have 3 or 4 different cards out, and I would say, okay, which one does not belong? So the kids would have to tell me which one did not belong, that kind of sort of thing. Or I would have some that would match up, so that they would have to match them up. So it just depended. But it was always nice to have these types of cards available, so that when you really want to just quickly refer to them in small group, you have them ready to go. And I think, or maybe I've gotten this from a book. I may have gotten this from a book. I don't know. Not really sure. But it's just phonological awareness. I don't know. I may have gotten it from a book. So, again, these are just things just that are nice to have, that I would definitely take the time to go ahead and just like make generic copies. Like, they don't have to be themey, and sometimes it's best not to be themey so that you are giving those kiddos continuous practice with the exact same one, so that they're listening to it over and over and over again. Because a lot of the times with that phonological, and like, they just have to hear it. They have to continuously like practice hearing it. And for those kiddos who just don't have those home lives where they're hearing it, or they're ESL, or just something, you know, they just don't have that at home, it's nice to just, again, have the exact same cards that you're pulling out over and over and over again to give them that practice, so that they're listening to it. You don't want to change it too much up for those kiddos, because they don't need it to be changed up. They just need to have the practice. So staying away from themey for them is the best. So find some that are very generic, non-themey, that you can use over and over and over again. Really quick, wanted to show you a couple more things and give you guys some ideas of what you could do in your own classrooms. I found these at the dollar store, and these were great. I did a couple of different things with them. You can do adding and subtracting with them, but what I did that was a little bit higher level thinking for my kinders is we actually used these to create story problems. So we would roll one in the classroom, roll the second one in the classroom, or either in a small group setting, and then I had the kids create some type of a story along with it, and then they got to pass their stories around in small group, and then the other people had to solve their problems. Like, so they had to like write it out, and then they had to solve it, which is great for some of those like higher level. You could use it in, I mean, gosh, kindergarten, first, second, and they're great. You could either get more of them and create higher numbers for some of those higher thinkers as well. So this is something that would be really easy to put into small group, and if you just don't have time to come up with some type of fun little game, this would be perfect, because it gets them really thinking, and then they really enjoy like creating their stories and then passing them along to other friends inside of small group and having them solve their problems. So it's a great way to get them to be thinking higher level. Something else that I found were these little containers that had lots of little trinkets inside of it, and I used these for magnets. So when I was teaching magnets and we started exploring with magnets, each of the kids had a little like a magnet wand, and they sat down at their table, and I had a little sheet where they would play and they would try to grab at things. Now, they didn't open this up, so they were told not to open it, but they would grab it with their magnets, and then they would have to draw it and tell me if it was magnetic or not. So they would tell me what it was or draw what it was, and then they had a little spot to say yes or no for if it was magnetic. And it was just a great way for us to have a little discussion about things that are magnetic and why they are magnetic, and some things that are not. And I had one of these for like all my kids. Look at that. I loved this mom that made all of these for me. Like, she came in and she was awesome, and made all of these little containers for me. And I know it says like 100th day math, but you would definitely not have to just like only use it for the 100th day. And if I were to redo these again, I wouldn't call it the 100th day mat. I would probably call it my 100th mat. But these are what they are, and what we did is we just took one of the really, I think it was it's like 12-18 or something to that extent, that really long piece of construction paper, and then I made the little die cuts from the school in circles for different colors. And for the 100th day, this was like to help us make our little mix, like we did like a trail mix that had 10 of each. So the kids got to put 10 of each inside of it. They would count it and they would put it in their bag and they'd mix it up and they'd get to eat it. But we use this for counting collections. And if you are wanting to know more about counting collections, give the video a thumbs up, and I will definitely put that into it for maybe this week or next week, so I could talk to you guys about how I use counting collections in the classroom. But I would use these for my counting collections, and my kids loved them. Like, once we had these mats, they absolutely loved using these for counting collections, where they were able to put groups of 10 inside of each of the circles. They knew that once you had each of these had 10 inside of it, it created 100. So my kids would have multiple of these mats like all over the floor to count the collections that they had. So this is something, again, that is really nice to go ahead and just get it laminated and then just keep it in storage so that you can pull it out for whenever you need it. Because you can also use this for small group and talk about just those groupings and looking at place value in general. Nice to have in the side of the classroom. If you have time to go ahead and make these, definitely do it.
Look like that airplane.
I have taken a few things with me, so I actually need to put a couple of things up. Oops, sorry. But I am taking a couple of things with me. Ooh, really bright. Look at that. Super bright. I'm taking a few things with me into the classroom. So I found a bunch of my leveled books that are here. So I have E's from like A's to like G's, H's. I don't know. I have a ton. But it would be nice, again, if you want to see like more videos for kindergarten, first grade, just what you can do for guided reading. I went on ahead and just started pulling some of these books, and let's just be honest, I have some kids that are on some of these levels that I really need to give them resources for them to be able to practice independently. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these back out. I was looking for that like intentionally, so I'm glad I found this box. So I'm gonna take that to the school. I'm also gonna take some of my math manipulatives so that I can talk to you guys about math. I found my little cards, like my partnering cards. I found the onset and rhyme. I think these are rhyming as well, like rhyming cards that I found as well. This was in my classroom in kindergarten. I'm gonna put it in my boys' room. I found some other really great books down here. I'm gonna take those with me, and then, shh, don't tell them. But I also gotta wash my bandana, so I'm taking that with us too. And of course, my boys found random stuff that they're ready to take back. Now it's time to put that stuff up. Some of these boxes got to go to the trash, and then we are heading out. I'm also taking my stinking broom because I'm so irritated with how messy my stage can get. So I'm gonna start getting one of the kids to sweep off the stage every single day. All right, let's lock her up.
Lock her up.
That's done.
You need to be a professional.
Wait a second, I can do this.
Yes, think, Mom. You need to use, don't always use high-speed stuff. You have
Hold it. You got it.
Okay, so I figured I would do a little bit of organizing while I'm out here with some of the stuff that I brought from school, so that when I go to school, it's not like the biggest mess in the face of the planet. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit out here. We're gonna organize through some things. Oh, here's some other stuff I brought. So I ended up taking these little blue containers. I like to have these for whenever we're doing anything with groups, because then I can just insert all the materials in there, hand them out the buckets whenever they need them. So, and I have some black lights that I need to take to school, so those are gonna go in there as well. All right, let's see. Where'd your dad go? Where'd Dad go?
He's in the garage.
Huh? Why is he in the garage? What are y'all doing? Why not? Why not just take out a blanket, and sit down? Let's go through and organize some of my books. Oh, oh, Dios mío de mi vida. All right. So for the most part, I've either very lazily written the letter E with a Sharpie or the letter of the book. Very lazy. I just, these I'm gonna end up just throwing away. And by what I'm talking about are these. Like, I have the original copies of these, and I don't, and when I was in kindergarten and I needed to have more of like those books, when I did need to have more of these lettered books, it was nice to be able to just print them and put them out. Now I just have like a binder of them and I don't need them. Actually, I have a subscription, so it's not like I really even need it anyways, but either way, I don't need them anymore, so I'm gonna throw those away. I found these. These were awesome, and at a conference that I went to, and if you're curious about where to get them, it's Pioneer Valley Books. But these are great. These were such phenomenal little bitty books to have, and I loved them. So I bought like a bunch of them actually when I had them. I'm gonna just stack them into which ones they go into. Look at this one, a fruit smoothie. How they're so cute. Such adorable little books. Here are strawberries. Here are bananas. Put the bananas in the blender. Here are blackberries. Put the blackberries in the blender. They're making a smoothie. Some of these don't have anything. This small dinosaur walked on 4 legs. This small dinosaur walked on 2 legs. This large dinosaur walked on 4 legs. Oh, it's a level D. So this is an A. Amazing snakes. This is an H. Eyes. See, like I have just a ton of these little books. And y'all, what I did is, if you have like a used bookstore, I had a Second and Charles is what it was called. So I had a Second and Charles in Alabama, and I freaking loved Second and Charles. I mean, granted, I couldn't go with children, like I could only go with my oldest, although he even got a little bit bored, but they have the 4-wheeler out. But yeah, I mean, I found so much of these books there that I was able to just say, yep, that's what I'm taking, and I would just add to my collection every week. And you would find them for like $1, which is phenomenal. Hey! Uh-oh, my battery is about to die. I may have to cut you guys short.
We can do it in the back. My way on the back. Fire some. I want fire truck, fire some.
Oh my gosh, I still love these.
What? Oh yeah, I have